Yashwant Deshmukh, how are you looking at these numbers as it is 12 p.m. already? I think it's more or less very clear that BJP is coming to power in Delhi after 3 decades. It's a vote for change. It's a vote against Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, one may analyze it from different ways, but the one person who is to be congratulated thoroughly for delivering it for the BJP is Nirmala Sitharaman. Nirmala Tai has finally delivered it, the Delhi to BJP, which nobody was able to do. Maria, please remember, almost 27 years back, I remember when we were doing the exit polls and post-poll operations in Delhi. At that point of time, it was the same middle class which had dumped the BJP. It dumped the BJP, and for 27 years, it was the vanvas of the BJP. It is the same middle class which has propelled them back to power. And when I say this, in the post-poll survey, when we had shown the income group variations, as the income group, the BJP's vote share kept on increasing. And please remember one thing, and which could be a blueprint for all the election analysis even in future. Middle class itself is a caste group in India now. And the value system of the middle class voters, they work the same way, be it an upper caste or OBC or the Dalit, or even for that matter, a Muslim middle class voters. In our post-poll numbers, when we were saying that, okay, BJP is making a dent even in the Muslim votes of Delhi, a lot of people were kind of making fun of it. How is it possible? Yes, I understand. 10 years back, only 1 or 2 were voting for them, and now there are 13 or 14 out of 100 voting in Delhi for them. It's not that big a jump, but it is a significant jump, and it has to be taken in, it has to be understood from the lens of the middle classes. Arvind Kejriwal's loss is also because of that, because he has carried, please remember, still right now he is sitting pretty on a 43-44% votes in Delhi, and that vote is largely coming from the low income group, the lower caste, bottom of the pyramid, where his freebie schemes were working. So that group is rock solid still, but the winning edge was gone because the middle class turned away from him. And why did the middle class turn away from him? Because majority of the middle class, number one, they said, it is no more the same Aam Aadmi Party which they kind of helped win 2 times in a row. They were brought down from the high moral pedestal of anti-corruption crusader and everything. So the middle class actually deserted them in the last 1.5 years, 2 years, slow and steady. Okay. They understood that. And while they understood that, they, instead of bringing the middle class back, they actually focused more and more on the bottom of the pyramid with their freebie culture. They thought, okay, jo hamare paas mein hai, usko pakad ke baitho. Okay. While on the BJP side, on one hand, that the middle class was coming back, but they were really hesitant that, okay, it is also a dicey voting bloc. Whether or not they will go out to vote, that remains dicey. Because the turnout of the middle class has always been questionable, And I guess this is what changed with the RSS coming into play. After the last Lok Sabha election, we have seen them turn the tables in Haryana, turn the tables in Maharashtra, and now they have turned the tables in Delhi. The way they have worked on the ground to pull out that angry middle class, actually. There is one thing that, when we do surveys, we can talk to you in your home, and you say, I'm going to vote for party A or party B. It's another thing that you actually go out to vote on that party, So the surveys
would you say that the average Delhi voter, did the average Delhi voter also feel that she was becoming a victim of this, political play, this, flashpoint that had erupted between the centre and the city-state government? Do you think Kejriwal could have performed better if he had followed a non-confrontational route with the centre? Because everybody that I spoke with also said that work is not being done. Is that also one reason?
But of course, people remember Sheila Dikshit. See, people in Delhi, all our trackers have always remembered Sheila Dikshit. Even today, people in Delhi say she was the best ever Chief Minister Delhi ever got.
Who walked an extra mile to meet Atal Bihari Vajpayee. That is the reason, that is how she functioned.
Exactly. So this LG argument was not valid because a simple reason, even Sheila Dikshit worked under NDA government and still she delivered. So there is one very keen argument, Maria. Before this budget, imagine what was the middle class reaction to the revenue culture. We are the taxpayers. They are getting
taken away from us.
See,
Couldn't agree more.
voters are becoming
I
transactional.
couldn't agree more, Sandeep ji. I mean, that's the fact. And also, one more thing before Amitabh, you pitch in. I mean, just want to make a small observation. Please remember why 15 years Sheila ji won back to back was because of the tremendous improvement of Delhi infrastructure. Tremendous. And Sheila Dikshit ji would not have lost in 2013 had it not been a huge anti-incumbency against UPA 2 government. The anger of UPA 2 government was exactly what cost Delhi, I mean Sheila Dikshit ji, the way it worked out. So I think in the last 10 years, why Mr. Kejriwal delivered on the freebie and the reverie on the lower side, that he made his vote bank, no doubt. But the Delhi's infrastructure crumbled. In our post-poll survey, the people who did not vote for Kejriwal, bigger number of chunk, almost like 40 to 50% were just counting on garbage pile, the bad infrastructure, the water which was coming in that tap was undrinkable, the sewage problem, the sadak ka problem, and basically the crumbling infrastructure of Delhi. Now, that is something which got absolutely kind of diluted from the focus of governance. What got into focus of governance of Kejriwal was bottom of the pyramid and the freebies. Yes, he did deliver. Those who voted for him, by the way, Amitabh, you have seen the data. Those who voted for him, they did count the Mohalla clinic, they did count the Bijli, and they, by the way, big number of counted even the education and the Sarkari schools. Okay. So there was a conflict. There was a huge conflict on the governance side where to focus on. While Mr. Kejriwal focused on what was delivering to him as a vote bank, I think his focus turned away completely from the infrastructure project. And in the hindsight, Amitabh, probably you remember the day MCD election results came in and we were discussing this. कि ये इनके गले की फांस बनने वाला है, because they are not going to be able to govern the MCD the way they are promising, and this will bleed them to death at some point of time.
Okay.